Good morning, afternoon, evening, hola! Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you're here to stay for the entire video. Okay, so today is a what I wish I knew segment, and what I wish I knew is that from time to time I may lose my child. Now this has not happened a lot, but there has been a few occasions where there's either been miscommunication or some sort of issue has happened and we haven't known where each other are. So the first time this actually happened was when my son was about 3-4 years old and we were at the park. I was telling him it's time to leave the park. He didn't want to leave the park. I done the whole, okay, well, if you don't want to come with me, I'm going to leave the park. So I walk off thinking my child is walking behind me. I'm walking for a few minutes. I look behind me, my child is not there. I go back to the park, my child is not there. I'm looking around the park, my child is not there. I'm thinking, what the absolute F? Where's my baby? Where is my baby? I'm asking everyone, have you seen a little boy, little black boy wearing whatever? And then something just told me to walk in the direction to go home. So I'm doing a swift jog because obviously I want to be aware of all my surroundings and keep looking out. And then I get to outside of this gate where there's a little estate and I see Malachi standing with some white woman and her kids. The white woman knew not to smile at me. She could just see on my face that I was pissed the F off. Like I was ultimately, what the hell? So this child thought that as I said that I will walk home, he just decided to walk home, but he knew another direction that we usually come from. Like we can get to this park from 4 different ways, and he just decided to walk home himself. So I call my mum and I'm like, Mummy, guess what just happened? And she's like, oh, pretend to be really upset and cry and like let him know that it really worried you. So I get in the kitchen, I'm sitting on the kitchen floor with my dramatic self, crying away. Malachi and his little self looked at me and kept walking. Like he didn't care. Well, obviously now I know as well, with him being diagnosed with autism, just reading emotions he's not very good at. So that was the first time that Kai went missing. The second time, so we wanted to start, I wanted him to start practicing walking from home by himself, and I would meet him halfway. The walk is maybe 7 minutes, if even that. But this time, instead of Malachi walking, Malachi's black ass decides to jump on a bus. Yes, he jumped on the bus. I did not know he was on the bus. But yeah, so he gets on the bus home, which obviously gets him home a lot quicker, and I'm walking. So something tells me, okay, just walk home because nobody's seen Malachi. And then I see one of the mums from school and she's like, I'm like, oh, have you seen Kai by any chance? And she's like, yeah, I saw him on the bus. I'm thinking, what? So I'm walking down and I see this little bum get off the bus with his little self and then cross the road by himself and just continue to walk home. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Obviously there was a part of me that was kind of proud of him, just to see how responsible he is and to acknowledge that, okay, my child is growing up, he's able to do different things and is gonna be and is getting more independent. But I was also like, what the hell? What made you think to just get on a bus? I didn't have a clue where you were. The next time this happened, it was miscommunication with the school. So he was going to extracurricular classes after school. I had let the school know that he could leave school by himself. Again, I was meeting him halfway, he would walk. And for whatever reason, the teacher did not know that he could go home by himself. So he was in the school and I was waiting at the top of the hill because I decided to drive. There's this little road that I can wait on and he can meet me there. So I'm sitting there waiting and I'm seeing the kids walk past my car and I'm thinking, okay, where's my child? where's my child? Where's my child? And then I see one of his friends who I talked to the mum. So I say to him, have you seen Malachi? He said, yeah, Malachi's still in school. The teacher's not letting him go because he's waiting for you to pick him up. Situations like this happen, and at the time you just feel so many feelings, and sometimes you don't even know how to deal with it. But yeah, I ended up, well, no, the little boy ended up going back down to the school, telling the teacher that I was waiting at the top of the hill, and then he brought him up to me, and we just realized it was miscommunication. I had to tell the school to make sure they tell the teacher again, blah blah blah. And then recently, like yesterday, now he started secondary school, and I'm not 100% comfortable with him walking home by himself still. The school is quite a little bit of a way from home, and yeah, I guess I don't want to let go of all of that control too. But anyway, so I usually drop him off on a particular hill and I pick him up from there. But because Mother Nature has decided to give England a last little bit of sunshine, I've been parking somewhere else, because on that hill the sun is directly on the car, and waiting there is just horrible. Like, I sweated so much. If you see the patch that I had on the back of my skirt, it was not pleasant. So yeah, so instead I've been parking up by the park where there's loads of shade. Sometimes I go for a little walk before I get him, or I read my books because I'm revising. So this has been going fine, because when I've parked by the park, I've been walking to meet him, and then he's been meeting me on the hill that I usually park on. Now yesterday, because I was feeling extra fancy, I decided to leave extra early and just stroll down to his school and park by the park, not in my usual spot. So I'm waiting on the hill for Malachi. Long story short, 15 minutes past, I don't see Malachi. So I'm getting worried, but I'm trying to stay calm, thinking, okay, if this is, he's probably just kept walking and didn't see me. Maybe he's with friends. Maybe the teachers kept him back for something, whatever. I get a call on my phone from a number I don't know, and it's Malachi using one of the friends' phones. And he's on the hill and he can't find me. He's sounding hysterical. I'm just sounding mad and frustrated. Eventually we find each other. He's crying his little eyes out, and I'm just more frustrated. I think it's from the worry as well. And Kai has a phone, but he hasn't been taking his phone to school. And I know why he hasn't been taking his phone to school, because I'm sure there are kids at school who already have their iPhones, who already have their nice, fancy, expensive Androids, and Malachi's phone is basic, the absolute most basic phone, and his screen is cracked in 100 different places. So I've seen his phone sitting at home, and I thought, you know what, there's going to be a situation and he's going to learn his lesson, and then he'll start taking his phone. Well, obviously that situation happened yesterday. So yeah, but my thing with that is that I wish I handled the situation in a different way. Instead of when I saw him coming up the hill crying, being like, where were you? Why did you walk off? I didn't see you. I was waiting here. I wish I just gave that boy a hug and said, it's okay. Because even when I got home, like, I've been trying to quit smoking. That made me smoke. And I was sitting in the balcony, puffing away. And then I thought, you know what? I also need to take responsibility for this. I parked in a different place to what I usually parked. I didn't communicate any extra information to him. I was just strolling on the street for no reason. I really and truly could have waited in the car and parked in the usual spot. So I have to take responsibility for my part in this. So yeah, I went to him and I said, you know what, Malachi, I don't want you to think I'm angry with you. I want you to know that I was simply worried. And the day before that, he had lost his school timetable and his fit meter things. So it's like these little devices that you put on you and it tracks your steps and whatever. So he lost that and he was crying. He was so upset. He was like, I don't know where it is. I don't know where my timetable is. The timetable was meant to be in my blazer, but it's not my blazer. It wasn't in his blazer, it was in the car. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So I was like, do you remember how you felt when you lost your fit meter and when you couldn't find your timetable? That's how I felt times 100,000 million. And with your fit meter, you can order another one again off eBay. I can't order another Malachi off eBay. Mate, I ain't even got a man. I can't even try to recreate you. And there's never gonna be another Malachi. Like, that is my baby. I love him so much. He is so unique and special. But anyway, going off topic. So yeah, I was explaining to him the way you felt and you feel when you lose things. That's how I feel when I felt like I've lost you. Because for that moment, I had lost you. I didn't know where you were. I had no control over the situation. There wasn't even a way that I would be able to contact you even. So can you imagine how mummy was feeling? And I said, but my worry, it then shows up as frustration and anger. And I'm not angry at you. I said to him, do you know what? I have to take some of the responsibility too, because I didn't verbalize where I was going to be. I didn't communicate certain things with you. I was standing on the street where I was standing, even by your school. I noticed that there were 2 exits, so there could have been a chance that you came out of another exit, and maybe I just didn't see you. On top of that, like even he said to me this morning, everyone looks the same. Everyone's in these purple blazers and they all just blend in. So he could have walked past me and I really just didn't notice it was him. I could have just missed my whole child, really. So I just took some responsibility for it as well. And I explained to him that I wasn't angry at him, that I was worried, that I was frustrated, that I should have reacted differently. But as a parent, sometimes you just feel what you feel. And at the end of the day, I'm coming to apologize to him. And I made sure he knew that he was not to blame, because I know how Malachi could. He's like me sometimes with certain stuff where he just takes that emotion on full board. Did you see that little bit of spit? Because I did. Anyway, because I remember when I was younger, well, I think it's with all kids, but like you hear your parents arguing, and just because you hear your name in that argument, you assume it's your fault. Your mum's upset about something, you feel like it's your fault. I never want him to feel like that, never. And I've said to him as well, it's really important that we can communicate to each other, because like I've mentioned in other videos, I do lack patience. I do have my anger issues, and I've even had to say to him, the way I speak to you sometimes is disrespectful, and I need to work on that, because there's no way in hell I would accept you speaking to me like that. So it's not acceptable for me to speak to you like that. So yeah, that is just one of those things that I wish I knew. That at times you may not know where your child is. You will be extremely worried. Even when I got home, I was thinking about my poor mother, because I was endlessly gallivanting on the streets for no reason and not telling her where I was because I was up to foolishness. Lord, I remember one time I went for a walk with my friend at maybe 8 o'clock at night, and then I saw this guy that I liked and he invited me into his house. And my friend decided to walk back to my house. I went to this guy's house to use the toilet, and I was maybe there for like 20 minutes. I look outside, my friend ain't there no more. I'm thinking, what the hell? So I go home. My mum is sitting there looking like she is ready to kill me. Absolutely kill me. Because my stupid ass friends had gone back to my house, told my mother where I was and that I wasn't coming downstairs, and then left and went back to her house. Anyway, she was the goody two-shoes out of both of us, as you can tell. But yeah, I done stupid stuff as well with the with going out, and my mum would not have a clue where I would be. So at least with these situations, it has somewhat been accidental. Malachi's never done anything on purpose. It's been a case of miscommunication or just him thinking that maybe I've said something and me thinking that he said something. You know how it is. But yeah, just a warning for parents out there. When you have your children, when they are getting to the ages when they can just walk off, maybe what I wish I'd done is like just have some sort of rule. So now me and Malachi have agreed that after school, if by any chance he cannot see me, come rain or shine, he's gonna wait on that hill. We are both always gonna make sure our phone is on loud at a certain time of the day, so if there were any emergencies, we can contact each other. What was the other thing that I was saying to him? To look out for text messages. So for example, if I'm stuck in traffic, I'm obviously going to text him and let him know. Or if there was space by the school and I could park nearer, I would contact him. So it really is just about communication. And it's like with any relationship, you need to be able to communicate, or there's going to be points where is it lost in translation? I don't know if that's the right analogy or term that I'm using. But yeah, there would just be miscommunication. So they were not nice occasions that happened. There was even another time that just came into mind, but I don't even want to go into it before I'm putting it out into the universe. But yeah, that's just my warning to all you lovely, single, sexy, sassy mummies out there, that there is a chance that you may lose your child. And don't do what I done. Don't get angry at them and mad at them when you eventually find them. Hug them, explain to them why you're so upset, and get over it and move on. Like, I hate when parents just keep going on and on and on about a subject, and I can't lie, I have to hold my hands up. I do it sometimes. Like, I've already brought up twice about his timetable, and he thought he knew where it was and he didn't know where it was. But yeah, sometimes you do just have to as well acknowledge what you done wrong as a parent. It's not always them. Sometimes it is us. Like, there are things that we could have done better, ways that we could have explained things better, just actions we could have taken. So for example, if I just sat my ass in the car and didn't feel like walking around to show off my beautiful red dress and my cute shoes, I probably would have seen him on that hill. I would have been so much nearer to him. But anyway, it's done now, it's dusted. I just want you all to learn from my mistakes in terms of how I reacted and what I could have done differently beforehand to avoid that situation in the first place. Okay, so there will be times that you may lose your child. I'm so sorry if it happens to you. It's the worst feeling in the world. Like, we know we love our kids, but when something happens to them or we cannot see them, that's when we know we really love and adore and cherish these beautiful babies that we have. So I think I'll leave it there because that was a bit of a rambling on today. That was over 17 minutes. Damn. Okay. But yeah, if anyone has any questions or any topics they'd like me to talk about, please leave a little comment in the comment section. And if you've liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. So far I have 6 whole subscribers, and I'm so proud of my 6 subscribers, although 2 of them may be me, but who cares? So I just want to say thank you for watching, and let me know as well if there's any tips that you can give me. I always say this, I don't know everything. And you don't know what you don't know. That's not a road I can turn down. No, it isn't. So yeah, as always, try your best, be the best that you can be. And to all my lovely single sassy mummies out there, you are doing an amazing, excellent job. Do not feel guilty, do not feel bad. Stop beating yourself up and be proud of yourself, because trust me, there's a whole load of women out there that their kids are not living with them. Their kids are in care. Their kids are with family members. Their kids maybe are deceased. But yeah, so be proud of yourself, my single, sassy, sexy mummies. Have an amazing day, a lovely weekend, and I'll be back again soon.